Makes the gooiest brownies and the best banana bread muffins. She's an exceptional writer and a wonderful proofreader. We are talking about our 13th everyday game changer, Amreen, and she's joining us for the Let's Begin There series. She's a person who's very clear and strong about her idea. She knows what she wants and she goes and executes it. And she is very confident in saying and very comfortable in saying that she's finally starting her career at the age of 25. Having said that, let's move on to understand what is Let's Begin There series. Let's Begin There series is a platform where people like you and me come on board and share our struggles and our experiences. What have been the struggles on the everyday basis and how they have overcome these struggles. Why are they sharing that? Because just in case you're going through a similar phase in your life, you might take inspiration from them in understanding what is it that you've not tried, and you might just get some ideas to try something new. And you also realize that you are not alone in this world. There are people like you out there who are experiencing similar kind of struggles that you are going through. And today we are bringing on board Amreen, and I specially connected with her in college. And now, even today, after say 5 years, she is still the same person. She knows what she wants and she's very clear about how she wants things to be. Having said that, let's invite Amreen to our call.
Hi, Amreen.
Hi, am I audible or do I have to switch on any mic?
No, you're perfectly fine. You are very much audible to me. Hi, Amreen. I've just explained a little bit about you to people. Why don't you introduce us to us? Introduce you to us.
Okay, very difficult question, but so currently I'm a writer in the field of children's education. I have been a writer since 2017 and I'm getting very good at it. I'm also a proofreader, which I used to fear because obviously we all make tons of mistakes as writers, and after we press send, we realize, oh wait, we missed out an error.
Yeah.
That I've been doing, and I also bake. I have only 3 items on the menu right now, but they are selling well. And I'm also studying baking because I thought I liked it, but now I don't. So yeah, there's a little confusion on a career path, and I'm going to start another school in a while, in a few months. So that's what
Congratulations.
happened. Thanks.
Congratulations. And I also read in your introduction that you make the gooiest brownies in Mumbai.
I do. So once the brownies have like just freshly been baked, you can literally just eat them like that. You don't even need a spoon. You don't need to hold the brownie.
Wow. I can
Yeah,
literally, I can literally feel it. I really want to eat it right now. I'm craving brownies right now.
yeah,
That's
that's really nice.
okay. Amreen, you also mentioned that you are starting out your career now at 25, and you are a writer and you are into baking right now, and you're realizing probably baking is not for you. You're not enjoying it as much, and you're joining some other school in a few months. So, while you are going through all of this, these changes that are coming across in your life, what are the everyday struggles that you experience in your life?
So just like how I said in my introduction, I think finding a career path has been a struggle. Like right now, I'm going to join a school in a few months, but in say 2 or 3 years, ask me if I like what I'm doing. Because uh, like very few of us from school know that okay, this is what I want to do when I grow up. I was
Yeah.
not that. So it
Mm.
took me like a lot of time to figure out what I want to do in my career. I even studied BMM for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but like I started writing because we had that as a subject in BMM, and I did not require any further studies for at least writing for an ad agency. So I started working in the ad agency as a writer, and then right now I write for Mystic Land. It's a nice world discovery app for kids. So I am good at writing, but I don't enjoy it. So I
Okay.
don't wake up and look forward to, oh, what am I going to write today? It's like,
Hmm.
okay, I like what I write because the topics are fun, but I don't look forward to it.
Yeah.
So that's the challenge that I've been facing. That when I wake up in the morning, I don't want to know what Monday blues are. I don't want to keep waiting for the weekend. I want to
Yeah.
enjoy my work every day. So
Absolutely.
that I'll say is a challenge, finding the right career path. But even if it's not as soon as you finish college or as soon as you finish school, it is fine.
It is fine. It is absolutely fine. We are still trying to understand which career we want to opt for. What is it that we want to really opt for? What does not make us experience the Monday blues and, something that is not making us wait for the weekend. That's
Yeah.
beautifully said, Amreen, that your everyday struggle is identifying which is that career path. And it makes me I'm very glad that you're sharing this with us right now, because a lot of people have been in that frame of mind that you need to know what is it that you're doing. And if they don't know what they're doing, they just take up certain things that are imposed by the culture or the families or the peers on them, and they are pursuing it only to realize that they are not enjoying it as much probably.
Very
And
true.
but then they still continue without realizing that they have the option to opt out of it and explore what are their interests. And that is one of the points that I'm admiring about you a lot, because you've tried all the things that were creating an interest in you. So you started with writing, you enjoyed it for a while, but now you are good at it and you feel that you don't look forward to it. You've been baking for a while and you started studying baking. Now you're realizing that maybe baking is not for you. So takes a lot of courage, and I think a lot of self-awareness to realize what you're doing, what you're not liking, and how to go about it. Okay. So Amreen, having shared that this is your current challenge, what is it that you're doing on everyday basis to overcome this challenge?
So, because I write travel-related content for kids, and also along with travel, there is a lot of content that is important for kids, but it's not taught in schools.
Hmm.
So, while I'm writing all of that, I'm researching also a lot. So, I figured that there's so much out there that you can do, so many career opportunities you don't know about. Like, because of one of my friends, I don't know if she's on call, Amanat, she told me there's something called forest schools. I did not know that. Then another friend told me there's something called luxury lifestyle management.
Mm-hmm.
So there are so many career opportunities out there that we don't even know of. So we are just taking careers which are very mainstream. Like, okay, we know that this exists, that exists.
Hmm.
So when I was facing a challenge with what do I want to do, I started going on Google. I started seeing what career opportunities are there, what kind of jobs are there. And
Hmm.
then I realized, okay, so and so is what I want to do, and I'm going ahead with it. I found a school that I like, and I enrolled for it, and I
Hmm.
thankfully got accepted. So I think when you
Congratulations.
thank you so much. It was a very big struggle and a long wait. So when you're struggling with something, I think you just go on Google, see how
Hmm.
many people are going through the same thing, find out what is there, because there's so much new stuff that's happening and you did not even know. Like, if you like something, see if someone is already providing a job opportunity in that, or if there's a group out there that you could talk to which shares similar interests, or talk to a friend, maybe they know something about what you like to do and you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when you're facing a challenge or a problem, it's better to share it with someone or go and research about it. Don't just sit and feel scared.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
that's
Absolutely.
how I've been
Yeah.
overcoming the challenge. Research.
That makes a lot of sense. To um, understand what is it that you're not liking, and instead of just sitting behind and getting scared that, okay, I don't know what I like to do, talking to friends, discussing, because sometimes they know about something which you are not aware of, like you very well said about, I'm hearing it for the first time, luxury, what management?
Luxury lifestyle
Luxury
management.
lifestyle management. That
Apparently,
is something
people.
new that I'm hearing, and it sounds so exciting.
Yeah.
So talking to your friends and doing the research here and there to understand. I think doing the research in the field of interest, something that interests you. So researching what all options exist in that particular field, be it in writing. So what are the various options in writing? Be it in baking. So what are the different areas for baking? Be it in
Yeah.
something else, if it is about luxury brand or PR. So what are the other options that exist, and exploring each of these options through Google, because we have that platform where we can conduct the research to understand what is aligned with us. And you also mentioned to check on Google, to research on Google, where are other people going, how are they doing things, what is it that they are going through and conducting, and things like that. I also want to share something over here. Like you said that you've tried multiple things, and you were realizing from time to time this is not for you. I've been on a similar journey where what happened was I took BMM again. I don't know. I had the reason of joining.
No, I did
ad-
that.
I wanted to get into advertisements, and then I realized no, advertisements is not for me. I like the thought process behind advertisements, like how are they thinking and getting to that point where they're able to create such beautiful ads. Then I joined events organization, and I really loved my work over there. It kind of became like my second home. I loved it there. However, over a period of time, I realized I can't see myself do the same thing for the next 5 years. You know, it just did not match my idea of myself and the work that I was doing. It did not match at all. That made me plunge into philosophy. I loved philosophy for a while. I did my master's in philosophy, but after like 2 months into philosophy, my master's has started and it's been 2 months. I realized I enjoy it, I like it, but I can't do it for the rest of my life. I can do it as a hobby. So that was my realization when I reached uh, UK to do my master's in philosophy. And right around that time when I was wondering, okay, what can I do that I will be comfortable doing for the rest of my life? You know, the way you said that you are looking forward to it and you're not experiencing Monday blues, or you're not looking forward to weekend as such. At around that time, I came across coaching and transformational coaching, and everything aligned at that point. Like I can see myself do this for the rest of my life. I can see myself, all the concerns that I had were falling in place with this coaching aspect. And that is when I realized, oh, okay, this is it. This is really it. And I just need to grow this particular aspect. So what I'm getting from our story here is we really need to explore the options, and not
Yeah.
just on by doing the research, by actually working on it. So you were good at content writing. You took it up as a career. You started, writing more and then going into proofreading. Then you realized, okay, on practical basis, I'm good at it, but I'm not enjoying it. Then you
Yeah.
started with baking as well. You started baking and you started selling, and you created your own business out of baking. While you were enjoying it, and now that you've taken a proper course into it, you are realizing that there is a miss. There is some mismatch over there. And it is only because you walked on that path, you
Correct.
dared to take the risk of experiencing what it feels like to be in that particular career, which is
The
giving you
reality
that,
of it.
yeah, it is giving you the clarity and surety, okay, this is not it, there is something else. So first of all, I would like to, clap for you for your braveness and being clear about your thoughts, what you're liking, what you're not liking, and being so self-aware on this particular aspect. And you said researching is what will help you to understand what are you really into and what career option you should take. So,
Yeah.
Amreen, at what point did you realize that if there is this, you need to do something about it, that you will have to, find a career and maybe do a research and things like that? What was your point of motivation?
So see, I am a Muslim and I'm 25. So in Muslim community, it's like, oh my God, you're 25, you're too old, you haven't got married yet and stuff. So my parents, they started freaking out that, okay, why is she not getting married? Like, then they show me guys and I don't like any of them. So, and that's when I'm like, okay, my parents are so freaked out about my marriage. This is going to happen someday, and I think it's going to happen soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's not still happening. So, yeah. So, I realized like, okay, if I'm going to be married soon, I need to be happy with my career. Like, have I already built it? Like, if I am expecting my partner to have a proper settled career and earning well and stuff, I should be equally up there, the same level, right? So I realized like once you get engaged and once your marriage comes to the picture, there is not much time to do stuff for yourself. It's always like you have to go here, you have to go there, you have to meet this one, you have to take care of this one, chores to finish. So when am
Yeah,
I going to get time to myself? When am I going to build the life that I want for myself? So that's
absolutely.
when I figured that I am good with writing, but
Mhm.
I'm not excited about it. So I don't think I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life. So that's when I started studying myself and going on Google and seeing my options. And I figured, okay, now is the time to bring the change because
Yeah,
once you get into the marriage thing, it's not really easy to follow your dreams. Very few lucky people get such supportive families where they allow them to study and work and do whatever they like, right?
yeah.
So what if I don't find that? So right now I have the support of my parents. Right now I have time,
Mm-hmm.
so why not start building my career from now? Like I want to be proud of myself 5 years down the line. I want to be proud of who I've become and the choices that I made and the hard work that I did. So
Yeah.
that's when I realized I have to do something about it. I don't want to just keep earning. I want to be happy also and earn at the same time.
Mhm. You want to be happy and known at the same time. You want to be proud of yourself, all the choices that you've made 5 years down the line. And now you have the time to build your career because you have that supportive support from your family where you can go ahead and build your own career. And you realize if you are expecting something from your partner, being well settled and having a good career, then you will have to have that for yourself as well. You will have to create your own identity and be proud of yourself. And what I'm also hearing is the fear factor of what your future would look like was like a driving factor for you in, going ahead and exploring your career options and what all is there.
Yeah, like
That's
now's the time to wake up because later never really comes. So if you don't work hard right now and go behind what you want, you're gonna regret in the future. Like if you're having a very slow, normal life, you're not enjoying it, you're gonna regret not having done anything about it in the past. So right now is
absolutely.
my plan. So rather wake up and work on it.
Hmm. Rather wake up and work on it, and because you have the time to utilize that time into something that is going to work in your favor, is going to make you feel proud about yourself and your future
Yeah.
choices. Yes.
True. Like in the Indian society, I don't know why we have this notion like the guy is well settled, the guy has his career in place, so it's okay if you are still figuring out what you want to do. No, why? Like if I want the guy to be at a certain level, I should be too. It's not like marriage is not just a relationship, it's even a partnership. Like you
Yeah.
both somewhat go on an equal stage. So like if he has had the time to set his career and be happy with where he is, even I should have the same. And I should
Yeah.
even get there. So that's what I've been thinking, like, no, I have to get there for myself, for my parents. So yeah.
Yeah. It's so beautiful the way you're explaining, and you've picked up the right point where you're saying, that there is that notion that still exists in India, in many parts of the world. Even though people are talking about it, that okay, no, we women have our own identity, and we are going to build our own lives, and we are going to live it that way. We are not dependent on others, and we will not be dependent. Still there is this a huge segment out there which is still enforcing it on us that you don't have to do this. There are others. You have a certain set of roles that you need to look after. This is not your responsibility. And having to fight that also takes a lot of energy to stand up for yourself and to know that if you are expecting something out of someone, you need to be at that level as well. It's definitely an everyday struggle to fight it off and to live it the way you want to live. It's beautiful the way you've shared, Amreen. So your everyday challenge has been to know what is that one career option that you want to explore. You have tried all the things. You have taken up the career options, walked on the path, realized it is not for you, and then looked for something else. Instead
Yeah.
of just sitting and sulking and wondering what is it that why don't I have or why am I not liking this, you have actually taken it up on your head to find out what is it that you like to do. So basically, you've not settled with anything. You've not settled with something that is just okay.
Yeah.
the best and you are striving for it on everyday basis. And to do that, you are speaking to your friends to understand what all options they know of. You're doing your own research to see what aligns with you. And now you find that school that, is really, you found that school which you really like and something that is really exciting that is going to happen for you. It shows on your face as well. And how you've explained that your point of motivation is because after a point you might not know whether you're in the supportive family or not, and you want to be at that level where you are at par with your partner. You have your own identity, you have your own career, you have your own stability for yourself and for your family, and you feel proud of yourself. That's very important. One of our everyday game changers had also mentioned that we always see or we wonder if we are disappointing others if we are disappointing others or not. But what's important is to look at whether we ourselves are disappointed by us or not. We shouldn't be disappointed. So we should take the actions and decisions based on that. And I feel what you're saying is something similar to that. Be proud of what you're doing and the decisions that you're making.
Yeah, like you're responsible for your own happiness. So don't let anybody else take charge. So yeah, of course.
Absolutely. Don't let anybody else take charge of your happiness. Beautiful. Yes. So, Amreen, what would you like to tell our audience? Let's begin there.
So I thought of two. So the first one is let's begin at selfishness. So be selfish and do what you want to do. Do what has to be done so that you can get where you want, the life that you want to build for yourself. So be selfish and do that. Like being in an Indian community, I understand that parents have these expectations of their kids, like, okay, they'll do this, they do that, and they'll marry so and so person and life will be good. But if it's not where you see yourself or the life that you want for yourself, it's okay to be selfish and just calmly tell them that no, this is not what I want. So just bear with me, see where I'm going, and just see things from my point of view. So it is okay to be selfish and ask for things that you want and even things that you don't want.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, don't want kids after you're married, and your parents and maybe your partner, and they're like, no, we want kids, we want grandkids. So it is okay to be selfish and tell them, sorry, boss, I cannot. Like, I like my freedom. I don't want to let go of it. And I don't want to spend my hard-earned money on someone like that. I'd rather spend it on orphan kids, like kids who are possibly brought into this world by mistake, or they lost their parents when they were kids. So stuff like that. So it's okay to be selfish, to want the things that you want.
Absolutely.
And my second one is going to be, let's begin at our own time. Don't go by the timetable that the society has set for you. It's okay to do things at your particular time when you are mentally stable for something, when you're emotionally prepared for something. So it's fine to find your career path at 40. It's fine to get married at 40. You're still going to be happy if you like what you're doing or if you like what you married into. So it's like that. Like, let's begin at our own time. Don't go according to what society is setting for you.
You've shared very interesting insights there, and I loved it the moment you said, let's begin by being selfish, because not a lot of people see that. The term has a very negative connotation to it. But the way you have explained being selfish is more to do with creating your boundaries. So by being selfish, by knowing what you want to do and how you want things to be for yourself, you will have to be selfish and create that line, create that boundary.
Yeah, like for how long are you going to keep pleasing people and doing stuff that others are happy because you're doing it for them? When are you going to start doing for yourself? So it's okay to be selfish if you are making yourself happy and not harming someone else a little too much. So let's begin at being selfish.
That's beautiful. Amreen, a question comes to my mind. So when you are being selfish in order to create your own boundaries, how do you fight that feeling of others feeling, that, okay, what is up with her, or why are you not doing this for the family, or maybe it could be for friends or whatever. So how do you fight that feeling?
Okay, very nice question. But I think you just have to see that the same thing, you're responsible for your own happiness. You have to live with the choices you make. So if you don't be selfish today and choose yourself before others every once in a while, not every time, every once in a while, then you're gonna regret it later. Like, if today you wanted to go somewhere and you did not because you had other plans with someone and you want to please them, and you just cancel what you had planned for yourself and you were so excited for it. Tomorrow you
Yeah,
might regret it, like, shit, that was only one opportunity to go to that place or do something I did not.
yeah,
So sometimes you have to be selfish for yourself to grab opportunities. You don't know if it's going to come ahead. And maybe that one opportunity which you were selfish enough and you took it, it changes your life for good. So
yeah,
then, yeah, not like if it's not too serious or something, and if it doesn't impact the third person's life too much, it's okay to be selfish. You cannot keep thinking about people that much. It's your life. You're gonna have to live with the choices you make. So yeah, like it does take a little time to develop this attitude and be like, okay, I don't care what others are thinking. This is making me happy. This is important for my future. This is important for my happiness. So I'm going to do it. So it
absolutely.
does take a little time to be okay with it. But once you are, and once people understand that, okay, this is how you are going to live and this is how you have set priorities, then
Yeah,
you kind of start molding them into being comfortable with this personality of yours. Then they
absolutely.
also soon stop feeling bad about it and they know that, okay, you're working on yourself and you want time for yourself and you are your priority. So
Yeah,
then they start getting molded like that, and you never know, you might be inspiring them also to focus on themselves. So it works. It's
absolutely.
a practice.
Absolutely. It makes sense. One of the, we've heard this a lot or read this a lot on Instagram. It says that you need to, um, okay, I'm not getting what that was. That's all right, I see. I will get back to it because I just lost the train of my thoughts. But you made a lot of sense, absolutely. So it's about knowing what are your priorities. Yeah, I got it, what I was thinking about. The way you it's on you how you allow others to treat you, right?
Yes.
If
Yes.
you are creating your boundaries, you are letting them know that this is your boundary and you cannot cross it. You cannot go beyond this. So people get adapted to it. So you are
Yeah.
teaching people how they are supposed to treat you and how they are supposed to deal with you. And it is our responsibility to make our lives happy and to be happy with what we have. And it depends on our choices and decisions that we make on everyday basis. So every now and then we should take up this and be selfish in certain cases. Not all the time, like you said, but in certain situations, we should know
Yeah.
that this is what makes me happy and we should definitely walk on that path. And the second thing, I'm very happy that you said your second let's begin there quote is to begin at your own timeline. It makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense because now with Instagram and everything, we keep looking at these pictures and people are uploading their posts and we see that people are doing something and they seem successful, right, on Instagram. But the reality, nobody knows. And
No, of course.
based on that, we start judging ourselves, what is happening? Why are things not aligned in a similar way for me? And then there are these people who have become millionaires and billionaires, the teens that have become millionaires and billionaires, and that is
Yeah, I'm
making us
jealous of
question.
them.
Yeah, that is making us question our own existence and our own choices. But it is so important to realize that we have our own timeline and we need to respect that and not be hard on ourselves, because the moment we find something that we love to do, our life is completely going to change and we are going to be happy with it. So it's okay if we are not fully successful at 25. It's okay by 30 we have not retired. I don't understand this timeline, to be honest. And just today I was having a conversation with a friend who said he wants to retire at a certain age and he is not up to the mark what he had expected out of his life based on the timeline. And when I look at that person from my perspective, I feel he's pretty much successful and so much to be grateful and thankful for, which he is, but still, so that, and absolutely perfectly aligned when it comes to career, that
Yeah.
we have our own timeline and we should respect that and honor that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like in India, child marriage was actually child marriage was accepted. Like, so that was apparently the right time to get married. Today it
Yeah,
is 25. Tomorrow it could be 30. So we
absolutely.
don't have to change according to the society's timelines or plan our life according to that. It's okay.
Yeah,
Take your time. Figure out what you want to do. It's okay if you figure out later in life what you want to do. It's fine. At least you found it. Even if you
yeah,
don't, it's okay. Enjoy your life. It's fine. You don't have to, just because someone is earning, say, 1 lakh a month at your age and you're earning less than that, it doesn't mean your life is bad. And don't measure your happiness or your success with somebody else. Like, don't compare it. You don't know what they have been through to get there, or what they're already going through right now, but they obviously don't show it on social media.
yeah,
So yeah, it's okay. Take your time. Be selfish. Do what you have to do for yourself, and don't be upset when you see other people's success and you think you're not there yet. Like, they might be seeing something about you and feeling envy, which you yourself don't know you have, but and which they don't have, but you do. So you never know what they are admiring about you and what they are missing out on. So yeah.
yeah. It's so beautiful, Amreen, the way you are sharing this, and I like how clear you are about everything. You know what you want, you know how you want to think, you know what kind of a thought process makes you comfortable and keeps you going while feeling comfortable. I just love the way you have expressed your thoughts and expressed your feelings with us over here in the Let's Begin There series. How are you feeling being a part and being the everyday game changer?
Oh, it's very nice, and it's a huge deal that you've started this thing. It is so important. I mean, hearing from, like, probably hearing a speech from Gary Vee or Jay Shetty, it's like, oh, of course, they're big people, they've established stuff and all. But if you are hearing stories from everyday people who are still the same age as you, or who you grew up with, or maybe they are not at the Gary Vee level, so it's believable that, okay, what they have achieved or the problems that they have overcome, even you can do it. And, like, even learn from them that, okay, this is how they did it, let me try it. So
Yeah.
what you started is really good. Like, let's begin there. Like, whatever apparently Life Fund does, we are giving. So you never know what's going to help someone, how. So yeah, it's believable when it comes from people who you know, or the common man, basically.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Amreen. That is very much the reason why I've started with Let's Begin There series, because we tend to feel overwhelmed when we are listening to motivational speakers as well, right? Because they have reached that level. But we need to hear it from our people, everyday people, and recognize that we are all going through our set of struggles. And we
True.
are all overcoming in a particular way, and we can take inspiration from each other,
Yeah.
and to realize that our life is very inspiring for others and probably we are not able to see it. So
True,
to
true, yeah.
do that for others, and just thank you so much for sharing that and connecting with the thought of Let's Begin There series. I'm feeling very pleasant in my heart right now, having seen that
You
you
should, you should. I
you are
mean, I don't
understanding.
think anybody else is doing what you're doing. Like, at least I haven't come across it. And I'm a researcher. So I haven't come across something like what you do. So I really congratulate you on that. It's a very big thing that you started.
That's really sweet of you. Thank you, Amri.
You bring me a chocolate next time you meet.
I will. Would you like to share any final thoughts before we conclude the session?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Would you like to share any final thoughts before we conclude the session today?
Um, no, I think I summed up pretty well. But
You-
just say no when you have to. Focus on yourself. Eat yummy food. If you're dieting, don't kill yourself by starving yourself. Eat the right food and exercise. And be happy. Don't like, the hustle culture, which is just very in trend right now. Oh, working overtime, doing 10 things at one time. It might work for some people, but in others, they might just burn them out. So it's not a thing to be proud of. Like, oh, I'm doing so many things at one time and I'm not getting enough sleep. No, don't do that. Focus on
Yeah.
yourself. Do few things at a time, but enjoy today. Life is short. Like, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So even every day, at least take a few hours for yourself. Connect with your family, connect with your friends. So yeah, be in the present also, as like along with the future. That's anything. Sorry.
You've summed it up beautifully. Live your life, be happy, eat right, don't die while while dieting. Eat the right food and exercise and live in the moment, because we don't know what tomorrow holds for us and what's going to happen. So live in the present and enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amreen. I think you have made my Sunday. I'm feeling so much better as compared to what I was feeling earlier. You've
Same. I was like
definitely
very scared for
inspired.
this.
Sorry.
I was also very scared for this. It almost feels like a job interview.
Okay, I hope you're feeling better now after the session.
No, no, much better. You helped a lot.
Oh, yay. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amreen, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And with that, we will be wrapping our session today. And we'll meet you with our next Everyday Game Changer, 14th Everyday Game Changer, the next weekend. And the special thing is that I will be in Goa then. So I will go live from Goa. See you then. Bye.
Bye, people. Thank you so much for joining.